she was alluding in some way to her marriage. "Oh, I don't want to go to Germany," he said. It seemed to him the most convenient thing to say. She looked at him a while, smiling with her lips but not with her eyes. "You have scruples?" she asked. "Scruples?" said Clifford. "You young people here are very singular. One doesn't know where to expect you. When you're not extremely improper you are so terribly proper. I dare say you think that, owing to my irregular marriage, I live with loose people. You were never more mistaken. I have been all the more particular." "Oh, no," said Clifford, honestly distressed. "I never thought such a thing as that." "Are you very sure? I am convinced that your father does, and your sisters. They say to each other that here I am on my good behavior, but that over there, married by the left hand, I associate with light women." "Oh, no," cried Clifford energetically. "They don't say such things as that to each other." "If they think them they had better say them," the Baroness rejoined. "Then they can be contradicted. Please contradict that whenever you hear it, and don't be afraid of coming to see me on account of the company I keep. I have the honor of knowing more distinguished men, my poor child, than you are likely to see in a lifetime. I see very few women, but those are women of rank. So, my dear young Puritan, you needn't be afraid. I am not in the least one of those who think that the society of women who have lost their place in the vrai monde is necessary to form a young man. I have never taken that tone. I have kept my place myself, and I think we are a much better school than the others. Trust me, Clifford, and I will prove that to you," the Baroness continued, while she made the agreeable reflection that she could not, at least, be accused of perverting her young kinsman. "So if you ever fall among thieves, don't go about saying I sent you to them." Clifford thought it so comical that he should know, in spite of her figurative language, what she meant, and that she should mean what he knew, that he could hardly help laughing a little, although he tried hard. "Oh, no! Oh, no!" he murmured. "Laugh out! Laugh out if I amuse you!" cried the Baroness. "I am here for that." And Clifford thought her a very amusing person indeed. "But remember," she said on this occasion, "that you are coming, next year, to pay me a visit over there." About a week afterwards she said to him point blank, "Are you seriously making love to your little cousin?" Seriously making love, these words, on Madame Münster's lips, had to Clifford's sense a portentous and embarrassing sound. He hesitated about assenting, lest he should commit himself to more than he understood. "Well, I shouldn't say it if I was!" he exclaimed. "Why wouldn't you say it?" the Baroness demanded. "Those things ought to be known." "I don't care whether it is known or not," Clifford rejoined, "but I don't want people looking at me." "A young man of your importance ought to learn to bear observation, to carry himself as if he were quite indifferent to it. I won't say exactly unconscious," the Baroness explained. "No, he must seem to know he is observed, and to think it natural he should be. But he must appear perfectly used to it. Now you haven't that, Clifford. You haven't that at all. You must have that, you know. Don't tell me you are not a young man of importance," Eugenia added. "Don't say anything so flat as that." "Oh, no, you don't catch me saying that!" cried Clifford. "Yes, you must come to Germany," Madame Münster continued. "I will show you how people can be talked about, and yet not seem to know it. You will be talked about, of course, with me. It will be said you are my lover. I will show you how little one may mind that, how little I shall mind it." Clifford sat staring, blushing and laughing. "I shall mind it a good deal!" he declared. "Ah, not too much, you know. That would be uncivil. But I give you leave to mind it a little, especially if you have a passion for Miss Acton. Voyons. As regards that, you either have or you have not. It is very simple to say it." "I don't see why you want to know," said Clifford. "You ought to want me to know. If one is arranging a marriage, one tells one's friends." "Oh, I'm not arranging anything," said Clifford. "You don't intend to marry your cousin?" "Well, I expect I shall do as I choose." The Baroness leaned her head upon the back of her chair and closed her eyes, as if she were tired. Then, opening them again, "Your cousin is very charming," she said. "She is the prettiest girl in this place," Clifford rejoined. "In this place is saying little. She would be charming anywhere. I am afraid you are entangled." "Oh, no, I'm not entangled." "Are you engaged? At your age that is the same thing." Clifford looked at the Baroness with some audacity. "Will you tell no one?" "If it's as sacred as that, no." "Well, then, we are not," said Clifford. "That's the great secret? That you are not, eh?" asked the Baroness with a quick laugh. "I am very glad to hear it. You are altogether too young. A young man in your position must choose and compare. He must see the world first. Depend upon it," she added, "you should not settle that matter before you have come abroad and paid me that visit. There are several things I should like to call your attention to first." "Well, I am rather afraid of that visit," said Clifford. "It seems to me it would be rather like going to school again." The Baroness looked at him a moment. "My dear child," she said, "there is no agreeable man who has not at some moment been to school to a clever woman, probably a little older than himself, and you must be thankful when you get your instructions gratis. With me you would get it gratis." The next day Clifford told Lizzie Acton that the Baroness thought her the most charming girl she had ever seen. Lizzie shook her head. "No, she doesn't," she said. "Do you think everything she says," asked Clifford, "is to be taken the opposite way?" "I think that is," said Lizzie. Clifford was going to remark that in this case the Baroness must desire greatly to bring about a marriage between Mr. Clifford Wentworth and Miss Elizabeth Acton, but he resolved, on the whole, to suppress this observation. Chapter 8